Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today you're not going to want to miss the amount of gold I get out of my samples from this old mound of dirt here. I have been out on the hunt for new particular areas down around the Victorian area, and more or less I have come across an old abandoned quarry. But the quarry that I am currently located at is right in the heart of the gold fields, where big juicy nuggets have been found in the past. Now, what I am currently doing is just walking around, filling my bucket up with eye-catchy chunks of quartz and all this iron-rich material just here. Now, if my calculations are correct, we should find some juicy gold in this iron-rich material. There are still nice chunks of quartz. You can see that's quartz, but look how dark it is. Very, very vuggy, where the iron pyrites have rusted out, and that is a perfect example of material you want to sample for those who don't actually know what they're looking for. That looks like a nice piece of gold right in the middle of the screen there. Definitely doesn't look like gold, so what we shall do is add this into our bucket, and we will continue moseying on around, just picking up grab samples, really, like that nice vuggy looking chunk of quartz. What we want to be looking for is rust staining, sulfides, and these little pockets here where the iron sulfides have, or iron pyrites have more or less rusted out of the material. Now, that backside looks pretty juicy, but yeah, we'll take these with us and all that fun stuff. Now, oh, look at that one. That is dark. Look at that, jet black. The reason why I'm not so much looking for the white bull quartz is because there isn't a great deal going on inside that quartz. You can tell by how barren it is. It's more or less just pure silica. But with these rusty pieces and all the dark black pieces of quartz, that is telling me that there is a lot of iron mineral inside those chunks of quartz. And if there is iron, there is a good possibility that gold has traveled up with that iron mineral. Look at that. You can't go wrong just walking around eyeballing stuff. It gives you something fun to do on your time off, and who knows, you may find the mother lode. Just want to show you a look. Just in here, in that little pocket there is a little bit of shimmer. I don't know how well you're going to see it on camera, but that may be just a concentration of very fine gold. But we're not going to know until we take it home and give her a good old-fashioned crush up. So, in the bucket she goes. Oh, shit. Oh, look at that. Oh, my God, look at the colour. Hang on. Yep, that's coming with me. We're going to break this one. Hang on, it needs a lick. I think something done a little bit of a wee-wee on that one. Oh, yeah, that is so dense too. I honestly don't think this one will have gold in it. There's just no quartz to it. It is like just very iron-rich siltstone, but in the bucket it goes, because how could you walk away from something that beautiful? Oh, yeah. I'm gonna need a moment alone with this bad boy. Ooh. I don't think that will have gold. but given on the amount of iron in it, she will be worth taking home at least for a crushing. And once we crush this stuff down on its own, and then we go ahead and crush this quartzy stuff down on its own, we will have two different results, or two different samples to read from. If we find one tiny little micro speck of gold in any of these two samples, it will warrant me to come back to this particular area with a dolly pot and walk around again, eyeballing surface samples, and then we can crush each of those samples up, pan them out in a puddle, and just see what we can come up with. This little pile over here actually looks fairly interesting too. All this rock licking has got sand grit in my bloody teeth. Look at that. It is so brittle, this stuff. Look at this. Ready? Like I'm using sandstone to break this stuff. Yep, that's definitely coming with me. I cannot ignore the amount of rust in that. I should really carry my bucket with me. See, there's another bit. See, I'm not sure if that's even quartz. It is so heavy though. It is quite hard to tell. We'll throw it next to a zip bucket. Does help if you grab a hammer. Here we go, look at this. Look at the stringers in that. Yeah, and that's got gold. Nice little stringers in there. This piece here does have a nice little stringer of quartz, but the good majority of this is just siltstone, which is pretty much worthless. We'll go back around to the good side after we put these nice juicy samples in. Oh, great. That bucket is getting quite heavy already, and she's only half full. Your grade is governed by how full you load your bucket and your pan up. Yeah, I think I was having much better luck on this side of the mound. As you can see, oh, look at that one. That's quartzy. Let's give it a break. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at the quartz in there. Look at the quartz in there. Look at this. Once again, vugginess where pyrites have eroded or weathered out. Oh, that's in there. And what I like to do after I've inspected the outside of a sample rock, I like to give it a bit of a hit to look at the inside. And what do you see on the inside? I see vugginess, which is a good indicator for gold. I see a lot of blacks, reds, yellows in the quartz, so that will be worthy of taking. That's the other side of it. Very, very, very vuggy. So off to the bucket she goes. The bucket has gotten me to the point where I am going to need to take it down to the car, otherwise it's just going to weigh a ton for me. So with all that being said, guys, I am going to sign off from here. I hope you've enjoyed what we got up to today. And with all that being said, peace, I'm out. Here's all the gold from these 2 samples, and I will see yous in the next video very soon. There's something in that. Tastes like shit.